I don't know if it was one of my first mini mite game or one of my first. My family friend neighbors were sitting right next to my mom, and I guess my mom was like, "Yeah, I don't want Tommy to play hockey. Like, I don't think I can go through another hockey player." And then during that game, I ended up scoring 3 goals in one shift. And then my neighbor just looks over at my mom and says, "Yeah, he's not going to be a hockey player, huh?" So that's kind of funny and ironic that that happened. And it's kind of just a sign from God that I'm where I need to be. I'm the youngest of 4. I have 2 older sisters and an older brother. I was kind of just dragged along with all the activities that they're doing. And I felt like I was always the little annoying brother that, just got to hang out with all the older siblings no matter what they're doing. I just did whatever my siblings did and whatever, my brother would do.
He got his fair share of looks trying to hang out with the older kids too, but he always kept coming back. He was a pretty quiet kid, but determined to kind of keep up with the older kids as well. There's a 10-year difference between Tommy and I, and then Meryl and Bo are in between. So my parents were kind of strapped, bringing me to the rink. Bo, Meryl, and Tommy would kind of be tagging along. I'm going to be embarrassing him, but I remember when I was 12, 13 years old, he'd be eating gum off the hockey rink and candy off the floor. A couple times he got left at the rink because mom and dad were kind of driving all over, and it's like, oh crap, where's Tommy? And he's just running around the rink. But so he was just right away. I think even his first couple days of birth, he was at the rink at one of my games. So he's been integrated in it right away.
It's just a family love for the game, and it's growing up, and even now my whole family kind of revolves around hockey, and it's family road trips. That was our vacations. It wasn't the best of vacations. We weren't going to Florida all the time, but we were going to Canada, Chicago, Pittsburgh, places like these. So it was kind of just like what our family did, and I just learned to love it through my siblings and being around it all the time. I looked up to my oldest sister, Margot, the most. She played at Honey Baked whenever I was, growing up. And then when I was 8 or 9, she left home to go play for Shattuck St. Mary's. And then she played there for 2 years. She did an extra year of high school, and then she ended up playing at North Dakota. I think she's my biggest influence because I obviously spent a lot of time watching her, and she laid out a path that I could follow, playing college hockey and getting an education, which is like an important thing to us and our family. How she carries herself and how she goes about life. I can go to her with any hard questions or anything I'm wondering about, something that I can follow, how she drives herself and how she carries herself, and that's something that I want to strive to be.
It's pretty special. It's pretty cool, especially being a female. So I think that's pretty cool. We've always had a special relationship, and he's always been a huge women's hockey advocate, which I appreciate. He's the first one, I think, when the women's USA team came and played at Joe Louis, maybe, or Little Caesars, I can't remember, a couple of years ago. He had all of his buddies going and supporting it. So it's pretty cool to see, because normally it's the other way around, big brother, little sister takes up the game. So it's pretty cool to have a reverse role.
On my second year with Victory Honda, I was selected for the U.S. National Team Development Program. They have this camp that they select from like 40 to 50 players. I ended up did not make the team from that. But then that whole year, that was my junior year of high school while I was playing on Honda, I was practicing with them twice a week, and then I'd play any games with them that I wasn't playing with Victory Honda over the weekend. So I played probably I think 25 to maybe 30 games with them over the course of the year. My junior year in high school, they offered me a spot on the team for my senior year, and that's who I played for my senior year.
Huge honor to play for the development team for 2 years. Everyone knows in hockey that's the cream of the crop, and that's where the best, 40 USA-born kids are going to be playing. So that's something special. I never got to play for my country and wear that uniform, so I was very proud of him. I mean, that's one of his highest honors, I think, in his career. That's pretty cool.
it was a huge privilege to be there, with some of the top players in the nation at that time and at that age. We ended up winning the world championship, which was amazing. The bonds that you make with the guys on the team when you win a championship like that and just go through that whole 2-year program is unbelievable. I've always kind of wanted to come here. I've always rooted for Michigan State. My parents have always rooted for Michigan State. We've always kind of been a Spartan family. I was interested in engineering, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do still. I remember going through the packaging school and super interested, and I didn't even know it was a thing before I came on that visit, so I was just soaking everything in at that time. And went through, finished the visit, and I remember on my drive home, I was just thinking, and I looked over at my dad, I was like, packaging is what I want to do. It's what I'm interested in, and that's really cool. After that, I just decided that's what I wanted to do, so I came here.
I gave him some advice. I know we had some family influences too, and for me, it was a little bit different. There was no women's hockey teams in Michigan for me to pick from, so I know my family really struggled with me going away further away, so they kind of pressed Tommy to stay within the state, and I just said, pick a school that you're going to have the best support around you, the resources, and but Big Ten has great resources, but I just said pick somewhere that they're going to appreciate you and you're going to be integrated well into the team. I pushed for North Dakota, but obviously that didn't work out. But hey, I'm a huge Spartan fan now, so I just told them pick where you're going to do well in hockey, but also set yourself up for your future as well, because we can't all play hockey the rest of our lives.
I was voted a team captain this year. It's huge. I think the most important thing about that is that it's voted by the team, and it's a huge honor that the guys that you spend most of your time with in the last 3 years think of you like that, and they believe in you and look to you as that person. Over the past couple of years that I've been playing here, I think I just found ways that worked for me to lead in ways that I think I can lead. It's not always being the most vocal guy, but it's being good in practice, or when guys are down, I ask them, hey, you're good, stuff like that. It's being there.
My parents are really going to struggle when he graduates, because who knows what they're going to do, but it's awesome for our family. And with COVID, it's a tough year, but we've been watching a lot of the games online and whatnot. But yeah, it'll be definitely a culture shock for the family next year.
Circle cross ice pass to the back door, shot, goal for Michigan State. Tommy Miller, the defenseman, scored.
Getting an education through college hockey has been one of my big goals as well. That has definitely, I think, overshot my expectations with the play and the atmospheres and where we've been and what I've learned the last 3.5 years. Put a lot of work here. It's very important to me, and I think the teammates that I played with here are very important to me, and I've created great bonds with all of them, and that's something that I'll cherish for the rest of my life.